This is you. Well, not you. More like your great, so many greats. You'd zone out counting grandfather, standing in a swamp, mostly naked, screaming because a snake just bit him somewhere important. He dies 3 minutes later. Obviously, that should have been the end of your bloodline, but it wasn't. Somehow you are alive, which is insane considering human history is basically one long blooper reel of horrific ways to die. Seriously, someone in your lineage got half-skinned by raiders, then crawled into a bog and played dead until morning. Another ancestor watched molten gold get poured down a man's throat and kept a poker face. Someone else took a rat cage to the gut and walked away with trust issues and internal bleeding. If even one of them screamed, slipped, or flirted with the wrong psychopath, you wouldn't be here. You're not here because humans are tough. You're here because everyone before you somehow dodged these worst deaths in human history. Part 1. Skinned alive in ancient Assyria, the original unfollow. There are bad days, and then there's waking up in ancient Assyria on the wrong side of a military occupation. This was around 800 BCE, when the Assyrian Empire was the neighborhood psychopath, known for two things: building stuff and destroying people. Their vibe? Conquer first, ask no questions later, and make damn sure everyone remembers what happens when you step out of line. Enter the most grotesque PR strategy in human history: skinning people alive. Yes, fully conscious, fully aware. No anesthesia, no quick cuts. They'd pin you to a wall, slice into your flesh at the collarbone, and start peeling you like a discount mango. Slowly, publicly, often in front of your own family. This wasn't just punishment, it was performance art. And just to put the fear on full blast, they'd nail your skin to the city walls like a leather welcome mat that screamed, "Hi, welcome to Assyria. Now shut up." Archaeologists even found ancient tablets where kings bragged about it. "I flayed the chiefs. I covered the pillars with their skins." Imagine being so violent you leave behind a stone Yelp review of your cruelty. The goal wasn't just to kill you, it was to erase your dignity, your legacy, your very humanity, while making everyone else terrified to rebel. And did it work? Well, people didn't exactly rush to revolt after seeing Steve's epidermis hanging next to the town gate. So yeah, if your worst Monday involves spilling coffee on your shirt, congrats. You're not being defleshed in front of your hometown. Part 2. Death by bamboo. Nature's slowest, sharpest murder. Let's say you've really pissed someone off in ancient Southeast Asia. Maybe you stole rice. Maybe you looked at the wrong guy's wife. Or maybe, unlucky you, you're a prisoner of war. Either way, congratulations. You've been sentenced to one of the most nightmarishly creative executions ever devised by the human brain: death by bamboo. Here's how it works. They tie you down, flat, face up, perfectly still. You're not gagged. That's part of the fun. Underneath you, a bed of young, sharp bamboo shoots. And then they wait, because bamboo, fun fact, grows fast. Like 3 feet in 24 hours fast. And those shoots, they're not soft. They're biological spears, growing with the force of nature itself. Slowly, invisibly, relentlessly. 1 inch at a time, the bamboo grows straight into your body, through your back, through your organs, up and out. You don't bleed out quickly. You don't pass out. You just exist in excruciating pain as grass impales you like a shish kebab from hell. It's nature doing murder in slow motion. You're not executed by a man. You're executed by botany. Some records say it could take days. Others say a week. Long enough for you to feel every inch, every hour, every leaf whispering, "You should have just paid your taxes, Greg." And the worst part? Bamboo's sustainable. So when they're done with you, they just clear the corpse and reset the trap for the next guy. Recyclable torture, green energy, zero carbon emissions. If you think nature is peaceful, it's only because you haven't seen it murder someone slowly with gardening equipment, but it gets worse. Part 3. Death by rats. The torture room from hell. Welcome to medieval Europe, the golden age of bad smells, worse decisions, and justice systems run by dudes who thought soap was suspicious. And now let's talk about one of the nastiest, most sadistic ways humans have ever invented to say, "We don't like you." It's called death by rats. Yes, actual rats. And no, they didn't just throw them at you and hope for the best. This was methodical, deliberate, theater of pain with a rodent cast. Here's how it went down. You'd be tied up, flat on your back, shirtless, arms and legs secured, no escape, no mercy, just you, your rising panic, and the worst room service imaginable. Then they'd take a metal bucket, pop a live rat inside, and place the open side of the bucket directly onto your bare torso. Still with me? Good, because it gets worse. Once the bucket is firmly in place, they heat it from the top. Hot coals, a torch, whatever's handy. Now imagine you're that rat. It's getting hotter. The metal is burning. You're trapped. The only thing between you and freedom? A human body. So the rat does what any creature would do in a blind, frenzied panic. It digs, it claws, it bites. It tunnels through skin, muscle, and guts like it's mining for gold in your spleen. You don't die instantly. Oh no. This isn't clean. It isn't quick. It's a slow, blood-soaked descent into madness. You don't scream once. You scream until your lungs give up. The worst part? This wasn't even some obscure torture from one deranged psychopath. Versions of this nightmare were used in medieval Europe, in South America, and even allegedly in the Tower of London. This wasn't a one-off. This was a trend. And why was it done? Simple. To extract information, to punish traitors, to say, look what we can do when we put our heads together and stop inventing better farming tools. This was torture as performance art, pain as a public statement, your internal organs as a rat's chew toy. Next time you hear scratching in the walls, just be glad it's not medieval times. Because back then, that scratching might have been coming from inside your own rib cage. Part 4. Death by liquid gold. When greed melts your face. Marcus Licinius Crassus was rich. Roman rich. The kind of rich that buys burning buildings just to flip them. The kind of rich that makes modern billionaires look like they're collecting coupons. But money wasn't enough. Crassus wanted glory. So in 53 BCE, he marched 40,000 Roman soldiers into Parthia. The Parthians brought a few thousand horse archers and absolutely cooked Rome's ego in the desert. Crassus was trapped, humiliated, and captured. And then came the grand finale. The Parthians melted gold and poured it down his throat. Molten, boiling, gold, straight down the gullet, because nothing says you died for greed like choking on the thing you worship. Clearly, history isn't just dates and names. It's a horror anthology written by chaos, karma, and occasionally really creative psychopaths. So if you've survived plague boils, being skinned alive, deadly rats, and now molten bling, smash that subscribe button. Because history is full of people who didn't make it. And you've still got your face intact for now.